Hey friend, good to see ya. It's been a long time. How you been? You been riding? Yeah, me too. But now I am on a new bike. I am on the 2021 Harley Low Rider S. And right now I got 103 miles on this new beast. So I thought about doing a big bike reveal, showcasing the new bike, but then I thought, you guys will either love or hate the bike no matter how I show it. There's always going to be lovers and there's always going to be haters. To give you some perspective, I started this channel on a Harley Iron 883, and then I moved to a 2020 Honda Africa Twin. And when I switched from the Harley to the Africa Twin, oh man, there were people who were really loving it, others just really hating it. And you may notice a lack of twin videos on here. I just had a lot of fun experiencing that off of social media. And just having a lot of fun with it. I didn't know anything else. Once I got the Harley, I started the channel right away. So my life on a motorcycle has always been woven around the channel. So it was nice to have that experience outside of social media. But I thought I'd bring the content back now that I got the Low Rider S. So a lot of you want to know the comparison between the Low Rider S and the Iron 883. They have some similarities in my opinion and some big differences. The most glaring difference, obviously, is the power of this 114. It's worlds apart from the Iron 883. I feel like I always have the power I need. Not to say that I couldn't do it on the 883, and I showcase that a lot on this channel. The key is you just need to learn how to ride the bike that you have. And for those that say that the 883 didn't have the power to get things done, we're just wrong. You just need to know how to ride the bike. Which leads me to say, this is an easier bike to ride than the 883. Much, much easier. It does what you want it to do right away. You have all the power you need, and you have all the gears you need. Even if you're in the wrong gear, you have the power to escape your mistake. The 883 wasn't that forgiving. This is a more comfortable bike to ride than the 883. I feel like I'm in luxury here. Having that monoshock in back rather than the dual pretty wimpy shocks in the back on the 883 is a huge plus. So it's more comfortable. So for longer rides, for some big trips that I might take on this beast, it will be a lot more comfortable. And obviously, the bigger tank, that's a huge difference. This 5-gallon tank will take me further than the 883 did. But knowing me, I'll probably stop every 100 miles or so anyway. So I didn't really need this big tank. It's nice to have though. I'll tell you though, coming from the Honda, coming from the Africa Twin, this bike is tiny. It's tiny. That Twin was such a huge bike and I had so much fun riding it. It was just a much more difficult bike to ride because of the size. So for just cruising, this bike is fun to ride compared to the Twin. The Twin was more for the long distance trips. Oh, I didn't even address an important question you all are asking. How can I forget? What did I do with the Twin and what did I do with the 883? Well, the 883 was sold in June of 2020 to an awesome dude in Illinois, and he reached out to me recently, wants to showcase some of his bikes. He's got some amazing bikes. And the Twin I sold also privately to some guy near St. Louis. I had it posted for about 30 minutes and he contacted me. Wanted the bike, paid my price, or nearly paid my price. may have cut him a little bit of a deal. But now I'm on this bike. I just can't afford to have more than one right now. What do I like about the Lowrider S? What do I not like about the Lowrider S? Well, for starters, I love the power, as I mentioned. I love the seat height. It's like 26 inches. The twin was 34.5 at the low setting. So I really like having to be able to put my feet down at stoplights. That goes along with making this bike an easy bike to ride. I love the tank. I love the color. This midnight crimson is gorgeous. I'm a mid-controls type of rider. I like having the most control possible on the bike. So it's unlikely I will ever own a bike with forward controls. The thing that's weird about this bike is it's not quite mid-controls and it's not forward controls. It's somewhere in the middle. It's like 3/4 controls. In fact, when I first got on it, I had my experience of riding the Iron 883. And your muscle memory puts your feet where you expect them to go. And I've been riding mid-controls. So I was looking for those mid-controls through muscle memory and then having to reposition my feet just a little bit forward. I'm used to it now, but that was a bit strange at first. I don't know. I don't want to fork out the money, but I'm thinking about getting the controls so I can move them back a little bit to where mid-controls should be. So I can move about in the twisties of the Drifts region and just have all the control that I want. Because that's the type of riding I love. This seat, this stock seat, for a stock seat, add that qualifier, it's pretty comfortable. But I'm looking for something different. I'm so used to the step up. And having the step up as a comfortable seat, it just fits the type of riding I like. It's comfortable, it's got the gel. Damn pricey though, but yeah, it's a good seat, so I'll probably change out this stock seat for the step up. It is nice hearing that Harley clunk again, just like whoop, whoop, as I shift the transmission. Yeah, I'm gonna sidestep you, buddy. I don't know what you were doing there. What else? Let's see. Harley always has these ridiculous mirrors. On the 883, you had to flip them over so you could be able to see behind you, because your shoulders will block everything you're trying to see. And this is no different. I'm not a big guy. I'm like 5'10" on a really good day, or if the ladies are asking. And right now, my arms and shoulders are blocking half the mirror on both sides. That's just a ridiculous setup. What have you guys done on your Lowrider S's? Have you flipped the mirrors like you do on the 883? Do you raise them up? What do? Do you get longer arms on your mirrors? What do you do? Give me some tips, guys. Because this is ridiculous. So one thing the Africa Twin had was a really good value. It was a lot of bike for not very much money. Whereas anytime you buy a Harley, it's a very little bike for a lot of money. One thing I really don't like is I'm paying $19,000 for a new bike that has the capability of cruise control with this throttle by wire, but it does not have cruise control. That's just wrong. So what am I planning? A couple of things that I loved about my 883 was that step-up seat. So I'm gonna get a step-up seat on here. And I know everybody has a step-up seat on their bike. There's a reason why. It's a damn good seat. I'm gonna travel some with this bike. So I'm gonna get a sissy bar. I really love the Burley brand sissy bar, but they don't make it for the softail models. I need to figure out a better solution for these damn mirrors, because that's just, I need to be able to see cars behind me. I can't have my arms blocking half the mirrors. So I'm going to figure out a mod for that. I'll probably get a new set of pipes on here, but that's not a priority right now. The bike has the power I want. And yeah, it doesn't have the looks with the current exhaust, but that can wait till winter. But I'll probably do some type of mod. That's just, it's out of my price range right now after spending $19,000 on a bike. I tell you though, I can't say enough how easy this bike is to ride. Granted, I'm coming from a big adventure bike to this Lowrider S. And it's just, coming from that bike to this bike, it's so much easier to ride. And it just opens up, man. Easily. Like I'm in 4th gear now going 60 miles an hour. I could get into a lot of trouble in 6th gear, I'll tell you what. Almost forgot. Another thing I'm going to change are these stupid grips. What mods have you guys done to your Lowrider S? Give me some tips. Tell me what you think I should do. Alright guys, ride safe out there, seek adventure, and keep your wheels rolling in the right direction. I'll see you in the next video.